we should be humble enough to recognize that other blockchains that are much younger also get to do an oopsie every now and then without saying you've invalidated the entire thesis of immutability.
Yes.
Because it's hypocritical to say so.
Yes, but you know that yesterday the chain split, the Ethereum chain, unintentionally. You don't?
I didn't. I wasn't paying attention to the news.
It's has gone apart. There was a hard fork. I think in a client or something in the software there was a bug, and not everybody did update fast enough. So
that's exactly the thing that happened in 2013 in Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Much.
So is this also an oopsie?
Yeah, it is. And of course, Ethereum is a system that has deliberately, as a design, the idea of moving faster and occasionally breaking things more often. And that is a double-edged sword, meaning that it means that Ethereum does not have the sound money properties and security properties of Bitcoin. It cannot have them. But it also means that it can move with innovation and experiments much, much faster and iterate much faster. Over time, it's getting more and more stable. As I said, it's a double-edged sword. Bitcoin is much more stable and has sound money properties, and it's much more robust and secure. However, that means that in order to get one feature, it takes 3 years of planning to do so. So, these are different design decisions. And I think we're going to see more oopsies. I hope we don't see any more in Bitcoin, because the stakes are very different.
Exactly. That would be not so good to have an oopsie here. So what I'm personally really also am interested, and I know you get this question a lot. So are you actually also looking into other altcoins, like from the technological standpoint? Do you find, you don't need to name any, but do you think them interesting? Because you also say we're gonna have thousands of cryptocurrencies and our wallets will decide which cryptocurrency is the best in that use case.
Yeah, I think it's important to recognize that there's a very big difference between investing in or looking at whether something is worth investing in, or whether it's implemented interesting technology. So I can look at interesting technology coming from a variety of sources. That doesn't mean I think that it's ultimately going to be stable, successful, long-lasting. It might not. I can't really say that for anything other than Bitcoin. But at the same time, that technology is not only interesting, but it teaches us very important lessons. And in some cases, the experiments that can happen in other chains can't happen in Bitcoin. And in fact, we don't want them to happen in Bitcoin. And they're not invalidated by the fact that these other chains are less stable, less long-lived in some cases, or have less of an economic basis. The experiments are still very, very important. And the technologies that they're proving are very, very important. So yes, I do look at other things. I'm interested in a number of different things. I'm interested in blockchains that are implementing very strong anonymity capabilities and privacy capabilities, and that are implementing various things related to zero-knowledge proofs and the whole research area around zero knowledge. I'm interested in chains that are implementing robust decentralization features that do things cross-chain. Things like being able to create atomic swaps across currencies and decentralized exchanges that are robust, but multi-currency decentralized exchanges. And I continue to be interested in chains that are doing smart contracts and virtual machine-based blockchain computing. That doesn't mean I think they're going to be successful, and it certainly doesn't mean I'm going to put my money in them. But there's a very big difference between studying the technology. I can tell you I'm not writing any more books. So
yeah, I already thought to myself, I mean, you can't start another book because you have to change the books
Yes.
every year. You have to update them, yeah, like
Yes.
Bitcoin, and I don't know if you're going to update Ethereum,
Yes.
but Lightning, etc. And
yeah, I literally finished mastering Lightning 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Mastering Bitcoin, 3rd edition, is my next plan. I promised that once Taproot got activated, I would add a chapter on Taproot, TapScript, and Schnorr signatures. It's now time. I would like to get that done sooner rather than later. For Ethereum, I think that the important milestone is the migration to Ethereum 2.0, so the ETH2 chain, proof of stake, beacon chain, sharding, optimistic rollups or zero knowledge rollups or whatever else they decide to do for scaling. That's an important milestone, at which point we need to do a 2nd edition. And then, the Lightning Network book will need a 2nd edition soon. So yeah, there isn't enough space between these iterations.
No, I mean,
we
would need more Andreases then.
Yes, and I mean, a lot of especially the more I do this, the more collaborators and contributors with these books. So these are not Andreas projects. They haven't been since the 1st edition of Mastering Bitcoin. And the last one was with 2 co-authors, and it would not have happened otherwise. So yeah, I mean, for people who keep suggesting that I write mastering whatever favorite altcoin theirs is, no, I'm not going to. And I can only spend the time to research, 1 or 2 things at a time. And then I get spread too thin, and then I can't keep up.
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand. Writing alone this beginner's book, in a way, I mean, it takes you years in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you filter it down and focus, and then you write it, and then, I mean, the editing afterwards is almost more work, I have the feeling, than writing it in the first place.
Yeah, a lot more that goes into these books than you might imagine. Exactly. A lot of research, writing, and then editing. On average, these projects are between 2 and 3 years long. And they're emotionally taxing, they're professionally taxing. And let's be honest, these are not like a career choice. I don't write books because I think that's going to secure my retirement. Thankfully, Bitcoin's already done that as an investment, but the books certainly don't. I mean, it's a pretty thankless job, and sometimes you get hated for writing the wrong book.
That's true.
But I write them because I need to satisfy my desire to learn in depth a topic and satisfy my intellectual curiosity. That's the only reason anyone would do something as crazy as write a book.
It always hurts a little when I see you in an interview and people ask you, why did you write Mastering Ethereum, and what they make jokes and whatever about you, and I always think to myself, oh, come on, leave him alone. I mean, it's an interesting technology for you. So what the fuck, actually? I mean, you can write what you want. Well,
the simplest answer is, have you read it? If you want to know why I wrote it, read it. If you can't take the time to read it to find out, then I don't really need to take the time to answer that question.
That's true. Okay, let's close that, come to an end. Thank you, Andreas. There's a saying, you don't change Bitcoin, Bitcoin changes you. How did Bitcoin change you?
I mean, in more ways than I can count. Bitcoin completely changed the trajectory of my life. It gave me an outlet for my creative passion. It generated endless years of enthusiasm. It turned me into an author, and an author for a very respected publisher. It turned me into a university professor. It gave me opportunities I never imagined. It's helped my financial security. It's helped the financial security of my entire family, really. And it's given me endless joy and excitement. And it's led to other things, and it's still a journey that's not over. And I continue to be amazed and excited and learning something new every day. Bitcoin has changed me incredibly. I don't know that as you said, I haven't changed Bitcoin one bit, but Bitcoin changed me a lot.
Great. Thank you very much, Andreas. Where can people find and follow your work?
Antonop, Aantonop. Antonop.com is my website. Antonop is my Twitter, my YouTube, and various other platforms you can find. Please be careful. There are a lot of people out there impersonating me, imposters trying to sell you investment advice. I do not ask you for money. On the bottom of my website, there's links to all of the real accounts that I use, so you can verify those. But the simple rule of thumb is, if I'm asking you for money, it's not me.
Yeah, but
if I'm suggesting investments, it's not me. But my videos and books are available in multiple languages and available for free, available open source, available under very many different open licenses.
Yes, but what is very important and where you do ask people for the money is your Patreon community.
Yes. Patreon is a way to engage with a community that understands why I'm doing this educational mission. And it's not really for people to get something. It's for people who already maybe got something, and now they want to help others get the same by financing my team, who repackages and translates and delivers more books and more videos to more people in more languages all around the world. So it's something also that I enjoy very much, because it gets me a chance to meet people who understand why I do what I do.
So yes, so support Andreas on his mission to educate millions of people about Bitcoin, and you have done a great job here already in the last years. It's immense what you did, and thank you for that. And thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much, Anita. I always enjoy these interviews, and please support Anita and her work too. Thank you.
Thank you.